Okay. So this may not look like much. It's okay, so this may not look like much. We've got some T-posts pounded in the ground with that thing. And these are cattle panels we're going to use as a trellis. Now, there's our onion bed, or our onion beds. And over there's the peppers that we planted. And this is a little rough, but we did use Holly and her handy dandy little paw to pull back all of the vegetationable growth here. We're going to do, what are they called? Bird cup gourds, bird spoon gourds?
Birdhouse gourds.
Birdhouse gourds, sure, whatever. Some Malabar, some sweet dumpling, winter squash. And what we're about to do is put 2 more in the ground over here and do a double arch and reuse these in the middle. Yeah, they're not straight. Reuse these in the middle for the other side. Hopefully, if we can get them bent correctly. All right, there's our galvanized arches. Woohoo! Now we're gonna move some of this dirt back, put some seeds in, and go home and get ready to grill some burgers tomorrow for Memorial Day. There it is. Slightly different angle. Yes, they're not straight. And yes, these are shorter. There's also downhill. Ha 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 ha. My wife did the really, really short one. She pounded that sucker into the ground. And I'm going to take one of those pine logs up there and put it down here to keep from washing the dirt away. I didn't film this the other day, but today is Friday and Monday was Memorial Day, so Monday the week before that. So 7 days plus Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, plus 4 days. So 11 days. We have corn up. Now, obviously, this big plant right here, this was the first batch. And you can see the first batch. But all this other stuff we soaked overnight, which they recommend if you want on certain things, corn and beans and chard of all things, that you soak overnight if for, what's it called? Not increased germination, but increased chances of germination, because they take a lot of water to absorb to actually germinate because of a thicker hull, etc. so forth. So anyway, we soaked the corn overnight. Actually, we soaked the corn for like 3 days until there was a starchy film on top of the water, and then we brought it out. It was mainly a scheduling thing on our part, but within a week, I mean, it was up. It looked like those guys right there at a week. So highly recommend soaking corn overnight. So today is Friday, and on Sunday of this past week we planted rutabagas down the side of the hill, all the way down the side of the hill. You see that little line of green? Those are rutabagas. And we planted them on the other side. So the other side of the hill, there's the rutabagas. My line wasn't very straight. Where did it go? And then some of the mulch got in the way. Those rutabagas. We primarily eat rutabagas for the greens. We don't worry about the bulb. We like the bulb. We just don't get the bulb when we plant them. They're really, really good. I can eat them raw. Lots of fun. So out at the farm, playing with our trellises. My wife is down there planting Malabar. This is volunteer Malabar that we had at the house. We'll talk more about, well, I've already mentioned Malabar once, but these were, give you an idea how big these plants were. These were in a pot underneath the fence where the Malabar ran. Doo-dah, doo-dah, or something like that. Anyway, transplanting a couple because we got some extras. While digging up this spot, I did find some of her squash seeds and other Malabar seeds that were coming up, so we put those back and covered them back up. But we have cat food bags. Why do we have cat food bags? Well, we have cats. And these cat food bags are made of a tarpaulin type material, also very similar to what you might find with sandbags. We've done this before. We actually did this around the pecan trees that we planted as weed barrier, and the intention is we'll leave this down for the season, block out the weeds. The next year we'll pull this up when we tilt up the soil, etc., so forth. So we'll put this down and then we'll put some mulch on top of it, which we happen to transport over inside the cat food bags. Yay! So more on that. And this is the same material that you might find in a deer corn bag too. It is pretty much identical. And if they have the sewn tops, these cat food bags are older and they are sewn and they were a lot easier to pull apart. And you can see the deer corn still has the paper tag on the bottom. The newer cat food bags do not have the paper tear off and thread. They're just sealed. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.